Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be learning how to make a two-faced bonnet with strap at the back. Funny thing is, I've actually gone ahead to cut this bonnet already, but the way I position my camera, I didn't really get the full thing. So this is me repeating this video again for the sake of this tutorial, because this is a beginner's tutorial. This is the easiest way to make a two-faced bonnet. I'll be repeating the cutting procedure again. What I'll be cutting will be looking exactly like this. It will be cut like a circle skirt, with the straps, 4 pieces of straps for the interface in the top, because it's two-face. Yeah. So I'll be repeating this cutting. I'll be repeating with a smaller circumference, probably for babies. Yes. So I'll go ahead and cut this out now. Now, to cut it out, let me go in first with my Ankara fabric. To cut a bonnet out, what to do first is I'm going to cut out this rough edge. This rough edge from my previous cutting. I'll go ahead and fold my Ankara piece into two, like this. Into two, and then I'll now go ahead and fold it again, because I don't want to use this full length for the bonnet, so I'm just going to fold it to the length I want to use, and I won't be using much, so I'll just be folding it to here, because this bonnet now, this second cutting we are doing, sadly we will be cutting it for my niece. She's a cute girl, we'll be cutting for a baby, so it can enter a baby's head. So I'll just be folding this like this. This is all I want to do. So this is what I'll be folding. So first of all, what I'll be doing first is to take my round measurement. And now, the measurement you use is going to depend on how many things you want your bonnet to contain. Because for this particular piece, I wanted to be able to use this bonnet to wear both braids. That's why I cut it this big. But because it's for a baby right now that I'm cutting it for, I'm going to use a smaller measurement. For this, I use 12 inches all round. For this, I'm going to be using 7 inches all round. Okay, to measure out this now. Remember I said let's use 7 inches. Let's use 8 inches. To use 8 inches, I'm starting from this edge. I'm going to mark 8 inches. Mark 8 inches round. I'll put my tape again from the middle to this place. I take my 8 inches. To this very edge. Mark my 8 inches and all around. I'm going to go ahead and connect my points. Go ahead and connect my points all around. I've gone ahead to connect my points. 8 inches on every angle. Remember, for an adult, I use 12 inches. But for a baby, I'm using 8 inches. Why? Because what my aim was to make for an adult. But because of poor video quality, I'm trying to repeat this tutorial so that you can get what I'm saying. So I'm just making it for my niece rather, and it's a baby, and I can't use the same 12 inches for her. So for a baby, I'm using 8 inches, and for an adult, I use 12 inches. So I'll go ahead and I'll cut this out. This out now, and if I open it up, you could see it is a full circle like this. This is for one part of the one piece of the bonnet. I will go ahead and fold this fabric. I'm still going to use it again, but first of all, I would like to cut out the second part of my bonnet before cutting out the straps. So after I've cut my Ankara part of the bonnet, I will go ahead to cut my bridal satin part of the bonnet. That's the other facing. So I'm going to fold it like this, making sure that I have up to 8 inches. I have more than enough. I'm going to go ahead to also fold it into two like this, just like we did the other one. Also making sure that I have up to 8 inches here. So yes, that's what I did. You should have 8 inches on both ends. So now I'll go ahead, just like I did in the other one, I'll go ahead and mark 8 inches all round and cut it out. Starting from this edge, let me face this like starting from this edge, I mark 8 inches. Starting from this edge, I mark 8 inches. Starting from this edge, I mark 8 inches to this very end. Yes. So I'll go ahead and connect my points. Go ahead and connect my points. If you check, it goes like a half circle. After connecting my points, I'll go ahead and cut this out. I'm not cutting this out. I open it up to my full circle, just like I did for this. As you can see, this is our bit that we cut. Yes. Now, because it's two phases, the kind of bonnet that the back and the front, you can still wear both of them as designs. Now, to sew this thing on the sewing machine, what I'm going to do is to check for the front of this fabric. This is the front of the fabric, this is the front of the bridal satin. So I'm going to place it front against front like this. Front against front, and hold it down with a pin, and then go to my sewing machine and sew right round. I'm going to sew it twice. First one on the edge, second one beside it, to create a space for me to pass this elastic band to enable it to gather around and form the full bonnet ball we normally see. But before I do this, I'll be cutting the band for this bonnet. Just like I said in the adult cutting, this is 12 inches. I cut the band for the adult bonnet. I used 4 inches width for both of them and 35 inches length. So, but I'm going to go ahead and cut for the baby bonnet now, so as not to waste my fabric. I will be using this edge for my cutting, so I don't waste my fabric, because I'm not a big fan of wasting fabric. I'll be taking, because it's a baby, the baby does not need a bonnet as big as a band as big as this. So I will be using, to take this measurement, this is 2.5. This is 2.5. So I'll be using this 2.5 here to cut straight for the baby. After I'll use half inches and do the joining on both ends of the strap. This is 2.5 by length of 21. I'll be cutting these out. My scissors is blunt, so I'm really sorry. I need to get the new scissors. Cutting my two straps out. If you check, they are not of equal length because I've used this fabric to cut something. But because it's for babies, I'm not really expecting to discomfort them with a lot of bands. It's just something to attach to the back from both ends and tie it up and secure the bonnet. So I have my two straps now. I'll go ahead and cut this exact strap on my Ankara fabric. So I'm putting my Ankara fabric into two, and I'll be placing one of this band over it, placing it on top of it to cut out, to use the exact measurements to cut this thing out. I go ahead and cut this out. I go ahead and cut this out. I'm going to split it into two because I was cutting for two. Now this is how it's going to look. This is how it's going to look. This is the front part of this. This is the front part of this. I'm placing it over each other to sew. And when I open it up, it's going to be like this. So that whenever you're wearing this part of the bonnet, you can easily tie with this part. It's going to look like this on both parts of the bonnet. So as we are done cutting our bands, I'll go ahead to my sewing machine and I'll be sewing right around this bonnet circle, and I'll be back to show you. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna have to sew it right round. I did the first line and the second line. I don't know if you can see it, but I'll get it closer. So the first line and then the second line right around the whole material. So right now what I'll be doing is I will be cutting open. There's no specific place to do it. I'll just choose a point. This is my starting point from where I start sewing. So this is my particular starting point. I'm going to take 4 inches. I'm going to mark 3.5 inches rather. I'm going to mark 3.5 inches. 3.5 inches. This 3.5 inches I took now. I'm going to go up. I'm going to go up by 4 inches. If I go up by 4 inches, I'll be drawing a triangle. I'm cutting it open by this. This is just the opening to be able to pass my elastic and also to be able to turn turn the whole fabric to the front. So this is me cutting it open. I'm done cutting it open. This is what I have. So I'm going to turn it to the front. But before I turn it to the front, I'll go ahead and make notches right round, making sure not to cut through my seam. I'm making these notches right round so that when I sew this down, it can relax. When I sew it down so it can relax, I'm going to make notches right round. You make notches whenever you sew circular edges, so your stitches can relax. I'm going to go around and make notches right round. So this is me making the notches. Okay, right now I'm done making the notches. I'll go ahead and turn this inside out. I'm gonna have to turn this inside out for you to see. After turning it inside out, this is what we have. So my bonnet can easily be worn from this edge from this. Before I insert my elastic, I'll go ahead and iron this down. To make it flat for me. So I'm gonna head to iron this piece down. Yes, as you can see, I've ironed this piece down, and I'll now go ahead to attach my elastic around this piece now, so it could gather. I have my elastic, so I'll be passing it. I use a safety pin to pass my elastics. So remember the second seam we made, which is this. I'll be passing it through this. When you're passing it with a safety pin, it's really easy to pass elastic using safety pin because it's easy to move and it's faster. So we'll pass the elastic till we got to this end. And when we got to this end, what I'm going to do is to use a safety pin. To hold this elastic down here so it doesn't go back inside. So I hold it down here. For this other edge, I am also going to hold down the elastic down. As you can see, our bonnet has already formed. The bonnet is completely formed like this. But the amount of elastic you use now is now going to depend on how tight you want to be and how free you want to be. Because I want mine to be a bit free and not to be too tight, I'm going to space this out. Space it out. So I don't really like bonnets that are tight on the head. It gives headache. Yeah. So after I've done that, I will go ahead to secure this other edge with a safety pin. Here with the safety pin. Now I'll be cutting off this elastic. Moving this pin. Putting this elastic aside and making sure to spread this evenly. As you can see, our bonnet is looking pretty. As you can see, you could always still flip it. If you want to wear this part of the bonnet, you could still flip it like this if you want to wear this part of the bonnet. Yes. We're almost done with this bit. So what we're going to do now is to go to our sewing machine, and we're going to hold this down with our sewing machine. These two edges down, hold these two edges down with our sewing machine. Okay guys, I've gone ahead to secure these two ends my sewing machine. After securing this, you can see how bonnet is coming out pretty. It's quite free. I wanted it to be this free so it could enter my braids. You can always flip it to the other end. Yes, as you can see, it's two sides. So now next step is to go ahead and make our strap. This is our strap. Now what we'll be doing is that we will also be making a two-faced strap. So we'll get our Ankara fabric straps, which will now be placing the Ankara fabric and the bridal satin front against front. This is the Ankara fabric. This is the bridal satin. This is the front. This is the front. So we're placing it like this. For the two straps. I'll go ahead and sew this on my sewing machine, and I'll go back to show you guys. As you can see, I've successfully attached it. So now I'm going to go down to my sewing machine and hold this down properly with my sewing machine, and I'll be back. Okay, I've gone ahead to attach my two sides of my band, and I've ironed it down a bit to be flat enough so I can be able to attach it to my bonnet. Now, if you see, it has two facing, the Ankara facing and the bridal satin facing. Now, what I'm going to do now to attach it, I'll be attaching it on this V region that I cut out, if you can remember. Now, how I'll be attaching it, I'll be attaching it just a way that this bridal satin side part of the bonnet now will have the Ankara part of the band facing it. Do you understand? Why the Ankara part will have the bridal satin part facing it. Now, to attach this thing now, we're going to insert it. First of all, to attach, we're going to first of all hold this area down with pin. Hold the middle down with pin. So I know where each one is starting and ending. So to attach it now, I'll be full. As you can see, I've successfully attached it. So now I'm going to go down to my sewing machine and hold this down properly with my sewing machine, and I'll be back. Okay, and I have attached this sewing machine. As you can see, it's looking all cute and beautiful on both sides. Our bonnet is made simple and sweet. As you can see, bonnets are really easy to make. You can wear it from this end or from this end. Thank you guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video if you found this video very easy and if you liked it. Also comment other videos you would like for me to make. Thank you. God bless you. Thanks for coming.